Okay, Tuesday afternoon, July 15th, 2 p.m. Just got back in. Want to give you an update here. We'll start off, as I like to start off a lot, with the colored water vapor loop. And you can see very pronounced here our polar vortex. It's not really a polar vortex because it doesn't meet the criteria, kind of like blizzard warnings in the east that we call some storms blizzards, and technically if it's not below 20 degrees with a sustained wind above 30 something miles an hour, it's not technically a blizzard, and the visibility below a quarter of a mile, but we call some extreme storms blizzards nonetheless. And this here, for this time of year, is the closest you're ever going to get to a polar vortex. We'll just call it the Polish vortex in honor of me. Anyway, you can see this thing spinning. This is an extremely cold upper air low here for this time of year. You can see the trough just digging hard in the midsection of the country here, plunging down this cold, drier air from the north. Now on the right-hand side, you now have a response at the bottom of this trough of extremely warm, humid air being pulled up from the Gulf states and up into the northeast. And basically your cold front is right here where the drier punch of air meets the moisture-laden air in the green and the yellow here. It is making steady progress east right now, but what's going to happen later on today and tonight is along the base of this trough here, a little storm is going to spin up and will ride along that cold front up the front like a railroad track, and basically that will slow the front down as it comes to the coast. And depending on where you are, whether you're on the east side or the west side of the front, will depend on whether you get the convective thunderstorm type rains or just the stratiform blah ongoing rains, which will come in tonight. We go to the radar quick. You can see pretty much where the front is clearly delineated here. This is the back edge right here. In this area out here, it's soupy, and did have some sun in this area in here this morning, so a lot of storms are firing up and more storms down south. And this area should fill in as the afternoon goes on and into the evening, and as this front approaches and slows down to a crawl and that storm starts riding up it, basically you should see a large area of rain blossoming in here and some really good thunderstorms right along the coast and into southern New England this evening. I want to go quickly to a couple of models here. First one's the 84-hour NAM, and as you can see, it has the bulk of the precipitation in the western suburbs of New York up into western Massachusetts and Connecticut. This would be basically on the cooler side of the front. So basically tonight this would be in a more stratiform heavy rain setup as the storm rides up to the east here, where they show a lighter rain fall progressively as you go further east of the front, where it's more showery in nature. I don't know how much of this I agree with, as if we look over to the GFS, you see the heaviest rain bullseyes are along the coast. New York City, Monmouth County, western Long Island, southwest Connecticut, then out here Cape Cod area, where it gets progressively lighter as you go further north and west. I tend to agree with this scenario more, only because radar truth right now basically shows that we have our heavier bands setting up right along the coast right now. Not to say that as this front approaches later this afternoon, this can't fill in, but all this is also going to swing through this area here that's getting it now later on this afternoon and tonight. So I tend to agree with the GFS with the heavier precip. So you want to watch the New York City, eastern New Jersey area, western half, especially the western half of Long Island, and into Connecticut and southern Massachusetts for the area for the heaviest rains today. Definitely have to watch for severe thunderstorms anywhere in this area. Okay, and overnight the thunderstorms will continue in the eastern section, and rain in the western section, and by tomorrow morning, hopefully, this front, as the low rides up the coast, should pull this front through and off the coast. So the rain should stop sometime early to mid morning, and hopefully the sky's clear during the afternoon, and then we're set up for some cooler, drier weather until the weekend when it'll start warming up again, as we are in July. But the humidity should pretty much stay in check. Shouldn't get too humid for at least the next several days. Anyway, that's it for now. I will be back later on as conditions warrant. Just remember, enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you've got.